If anybody tries to read me for not wearing nails, I will cry. Hi everybody, what is up? Welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Victoria. I am a 22-year-old woman of transgender experience, and I make mostly LGBT content here on YouTube. If that's your thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button down below so that you never miss out on a new upload. Now, this story literally just brings me back. There are so many cringe moments in my life overall, but none compare to the "he didn't know I was trans" scenarios. And baby, let me tell you, there are a lot of them. Let me just say that you should always disclose your trans identity to people before meeting up with them. It is just so much safer that way. I do not advise doing what I did at all. If anything, I am telling you this story to share how absolutely stupid I was and telling you what not to do. Okay, this is what not to do. Before we dive into the story time, you're already watching my videos, you're already seeing my face, you might as well hit the red subscribe button down below to subscribe to join the family and get new videos every single Wednesday. Follow all my social media in the description box down below for interactive content. And without further ado, let me jump on this video. Okay, so let me set the stage for you guys. Let me set the stage. So I was 17. This is the summer before my freshman year of college. Now, I also graduated high school a year early, so I was technically supposed to be a senior in high school. So I was 17, I was pre-op, I had white blonde hair, and I was working at a coffee shop in a sort of richer area, and it pretty much exclusively hired pretty young girls. So as you can imagine, there were all sorts of men that would come in, hit on us, tip us really well, whatever. It was never really a big deal. But there was this one man, honey. There was this one man. Y'all know I love a big, tall, dark, handsome man. So there was this one guy that would come in, and he would always just kind of like stare at me. We'd smile, we'd flirt, whatever. Nothing really came of it, but it was just really nice, and I looked forward every shift to seeing that guy come in. He was definitely older than me. I felt like he was probably like 25, 27, whatever. And one day he comes in and he gives me a note. Now my heart's racing. I get this note, he leaves, and on the note it says something to the effect of, "You make me feel like a hedgehog in a room full of balloons." I don't really know what that means. But you know, it said it, and I was an easy tranny, so it was easy to just win my heart. So I read that, it had his number at the bottom, and I was swooned. Let's call him Derek, okay? So I texted Derek. He called me his moon goddess because I had this like silvery white hair. I was pale, way paler than I am now, baby. I was like this color pale. So we were just talking and kind of getting to know each other, but two things that didn't come up were my trans identity or age. Now, I know what you're thinking. Victoria, you should know this. You should have gone in and been honest from day one. I completely agree. I know this, but I was 17 and stupid. So I normally wouldn't tell somebody that I was transgender until after the first date, because I assumed we would just, be grabbing lunch and talking and whatever. And then after they get a chance to know me, I'll text him and let him know so he doesn't have any preconceived notions about me. Now, for some reason, I had the same idea in my head about my age. I was like, I won't tell them that I'm only 17, because in my state at the time, 16 was the age of consent. So it wasn't like I was, doing anything illegal, but I was definitely not being completely truthful. So we set up a date, and I am so excited. I told my family that I was like going on a beach trip with my coworkers because I didn't want to tell them that I was going on some date with a man. And so I'm getting myself done up, honey. I am so excited. My 17-year-old baby tranny, I thought I was the most unclockable bitch. This guy is like an outdoorsy type. Like, he's a rock climber. He's like always hiking, whatever. I roll up, I got my perfectly straightened, long, silver blonde hair. I have long, thick, fake eyelashes and acrylic nails out to like here. So already, I'm off to a good start. I was selling that fantasy, and honey, for some reason, he bought it. So we get to his place, and he kind of shows me around. It's whatever. We drive over to the local sandwich shop, and he goes, "I really want to take you out on my speedboat to this local island right off the coast, because we live on a beach state, so there's a lot of coasts." And he goes, "I want to take you out to this island right off the coast, and I want to eat sandwiches out there, whatever." So in my head, I'm like,
he's taking me out on his boat? Like, I'm really one of them ones.
So he brings me, we got sandwiches, he brings me to the liquor store, we get this like 6-pack of Twisted Tea. If you guys don't know what Twisted Tea is, it's like just a trashy drink. It's like, y'all should just gotten Corona extras or something. We get the sandwiches, we go to the boat marina, and I'm looking out, I see the island is really far away. So on one hand, I'm like, yes, God, honey, he's about to treat me like a queen, taking me out to this island on his boat. Like, yes, ma'am, it's about time. But on the other hand, I'm also kind of thinking like, damn, like that's really far out and I don't know how to swim. But you know what? I was 17, and mind you, this is right before college, which is also right before my previous You Didn't Know I Was Trans video. I will link that right up here if you have not seen that yet. But I hadn't really, you know, run the streets. I hadn't done a lot of stupid, wild things. So I guess in my head felt like I had to live and learn. The farther away from the coast we're going like around these turns and stuff in the ocean. I don't know where we are. We're far out. We finally get to this island and there's like nobody on it whatsoever. I told myself, girl, chill out, you're fine. You're just overreacting. It's gonna be totally fine. We pull up to the island, we kind of explore it a little bit, and we find a really nice, pretty private spot where no one can see us. So on one hand, it's very exciting, you know, because you're alone with this guy. It's just the two of you, so your heart's racing. But on the other hand, I'm like, damn, like nobody can see me, huh? Like really nobody knows I'm here. So we eat our sandwiches. We're talking, kind of just talking about life. And if you're trans, you would know, like, when people are asking about your life, especially if you're young and just starting your transition, it's really hard to avoid all of the trans topics. So we're talking, we're throwing it back, we're just kind of like really vibing. And for a period of time, I put my head on its chest and we're just lying down and soaking in the beating hot sun on my completely unsunscreened, no SPF body. And I'm just lying there, just baking in the sun. We'll get to that later. And eventually, you know, he kind of wakes me up out of my basking. We both kind of stretch and we're kind of feeling each other. So we're kind of getting a little frisky. We start making out. He feels all up on me, and mind you, at this point, like I said, I am pre-op, and when you're tucked, it can be, no matter how flat your tuck is, no matter how good you are at tucking, if you get aroused, it's not gonna feel like a vagina. We'll just say that. If you feel down there, it's pretty obvious that you got something going on. We're making out and baby, I'm lit. So I am just going for it. And meanwhile, he is trying to reciprocate, of course. And every time his hand goes anywhere near down there, I kind of like move it away, or I'll move my position a little. Like I'll move a little so that he just can't touch it. Like I know all you trans girls out there know exactly what I'm talking about. Any one of you who is hooked up with a tranny knows exactly what I am talking about. And at the end of the day, there's only so many ways that you can move. So I'm continuing to, you know, tease him, whatever. And he reaches around to grab my butt. And when he does that, you know, the thing that guys do when like they grab your butt and then they reach around and like do that kind of, do you know what I'm talking about? So he does that and his hands feel something and he stops, and I know he feels something. He knows he feels something, and he kind of stops and kind of chuckles a little nervously. And I'm thinking, he knows, girl, the jig is up. Honey, he knows. So we're sitting there silently. My heart is beating out of my chest. The silence felt like it was going on for a lifetime. Like I'm still there. Like I can still, all I could hear was just my heartbeat over the sound of the waves. Like it was so, oh my God, you could cut the tension with a knife. So he kind of looks at me and I kind of look at him and he goes, did I just feel what I think I felt? I looked at him and I looked away ashamed, and I kind of just tried to say like, you know, I was gonna tell you after today, but I just didn't know. And girl, he looks kind of pissed, which rightfully so. I mean, you know, I totally get it, but I'm getting scared because I know girls like me get, you know, I mean, beat up or killed or worse for this exact kind of thing. So I'm freaking out. This is one of my first experiences doing anything like that. So I'm just like absolutely bugging. Basically, he tells me he's never met a trans person besides me, to his knowledge. And he goes, well, is there anything else you want to tell me? And I go, well, how old are you? And he goes, how old are you? And I go, no, babe, you're so funny. How old are you? He goes, no, how old are you? I go, I'm 17. And he just starts laughing like, damn, something else might as well just go wrong. He's just laughing. And I'm kind of looking at him like, what's so funny, babe? What's so funny? And he goes, I'm 36. I'm done. I cannot. Now baby, age is nothing but a number. I am someone that likes an older man. That really wouldn't bother me. But a 19-year age difference. When I am 17, like I said, I graduated high school a year early. I should be going into my senior year of high school, and I'm on some island where no one knows my location. Everyone thinks I'm somewhere else with some grown-ass man. So obviously, the day is ruined. The day is completely over. So we pack up our stuff. It was so incredibly awkward and quiet. Like, you could tell he was a little annoyed. The boat ride back was extremely awkward. Not one word was spoken. The drive back was also super awkward. Like, it just overall was 0 out of 10. Absolutely would not recommend. And on the ride back, so you know, he drives me back to his place and then I get in my car and I'm driving back to my besties because I'm gonna stay the night there and cry to her about it. And I look down and I realized that while we were just basking in the sun, resting my little head on his chest, I got the worst sunburn of my life on half my body that I had my freshman year of college for the whole first semester. So that prevented me from wearing any slutty outfits, any hot outfits out to like the frat parties that my roommates were going to, because the entire side of my body was purple and bubbling and peeling. So it was disgusting and I kind of got what it deserved. Overall, the message of the story is that it is always in your best interest to disclose your trans identity to your date before getting intimate, probably before going on, you know, an island date where no one knows your location with a grown man. You know, what I am doing is I am coming on this channel and telling you all the trials and tribulations of my stupid teen years so that you do not repeat what I did. This was a terrible idea, and honestly, I am really lucky that I'm alive. If you guys want, I will make a video all about when to tell a guy that you're transgender. I think it's a really sensitive issue and it really depends like person to person, case to case. So please leave a comment down below if that interests you and I'll be sure to make it. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please make sure you give it a big thumbs up. It helps out my channel so much. If you know anyone trans or just a stupid bitch, send them this video to show them that they are not alone and that they are not the dumbest bitch out there. Baby, I already hold that crown. I will link all my social media in the description box down below. I am a lot more active on there. There's a lot more interactive content, especially on Instagram, so make sure you follow me there. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe to my channel and join the family and make new videos every single Wednesday and about one bonus video about once a month. I love you all so much, and until I see you next Wednesday, good luck. I love you. Bye.